A billionaire CEO watches a poor waiter feed his blind son, and she makes a life-changing decision. It was a rainy Tuesday afternoon in Manhattan, and Evelyn Carrington, CEO of a Fortune 500 tech company, sat in the corner of a quiet downtown diner, nursing a black coffee. Her mind, usually razor-sharp in boardrooms, felt oddly clouded today. The deals, the deadlines, the luxury, none of it felt like enough anymore. She had built an empire, but lately, she questioned what she had actually built. Across the diner, a young waiter in a faded uniform caught her eye. He looked barely 20, his shoes worn thin, his hands rough from work. But it wasn't his exhaustion that struck her, it was the way his face lit up every time he glanced at the small boy sitting at the booth behind the counter. The boy, no older than 8, sat quietly, his white cane leaning against the table. He was blind. Evelyn watched as the waiter, David, his name tag read, rushed between tables, then snuck back to his son, gently spoon-feeding him a warm bowl of soup with the tenderness of a man giving the last of what he had. David whispered stories into the boy's ear, making him laugh between bites, pretending the spoon was an airplane landing at Belly Airport. The boy giggled with every swoop, unaware of the tired eyes and blistered hands feeding him. Evelyn's heart clenched. She saw it all then, the quiet dignity, the sacrifices, the invisible heroism of a father who had nothing, yet gave everything. After her meal, Evelyn walked over and softly asked, "Your son?" David stood upright, suddenly nervous. "Yes, ma'am. Sorry if we were too loud." "No, he's lovely," she smiled, her voice trembling. "What's his name?" "Liam. He was born blind. I pick up extra shifts so I can afford his therapy and hopefully, one day, surgery. But it's hard." Evelyn nodded, swallowing the lump in her throat. Without another word, she handed him a card. "If you don't mind, come to this address tomorrow morning. Bring Liam." Confused but polite, David accepted it. "Thank you, ma'am." "But, why?" She smiled. "Because today, you reminded me of something I forgot a long time ago." The next morning, David arrived at a towering skyscraper, clutching Liam's hand. When they entered the office on the 40th floor, Evelyn stood waiting, with a team of doctors, a full scholarship to a private school for Liam, and a signed offer letter giving David a well-paid job in her company's community outreach program. Tears filled his eyes. "Why would you do this for me?" Evelyn knelt beside Liam. "Because you already taught him how to see the world, with love, imagination, and hope. The least I can do, is help him see it with his eyes too." That day, in a sterile office lined with glass and gold, a billionaire remembered what real wealth looked like, a father's selfless love. And in that moment, 2 lives changed forever. One rediscovered purpose. The other received a future he never thought possible. Kindness, it turns out, is the most powerful investment of all.